What's up guys, Matt back again with part 2 of our Dragon Ball figure collector's guide. I wanted to do something a little bit different this time, something a little more casual since we don't really have the need to give a ton of examples and all this stuff with figures, because in today's video we're going to be talking about my top 10 places to buy Dragon Ball or anime or figures in general. So please keep in mind that while we do review primarily Dragon Ball figures on this channel, we do also review other things like Attack on Titan or Nintendo figures. So keep that in mind. This will be kind of a general top 10 list for places to buy, so don't feel like if you don't collect Dragon Ball figures that you're sidelined or anything. But before we get into the video, guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Helps out a lot. If you change your mind, you can always unsubscribe. Of course, ring the bell notification if you do want to be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. Like the video if you enjoy it, and comment down your thoughts down below in the comment section at the end. Maybe even give a couple of examples of places that you buy from that I might not have mentioned. So, of course, this is a top 10 of my personal choices for best places to buy. This is a question that I get a lot. Where do you buy your figures? Where do you buy your figures? Now, just keep in mind that some of this is going to be aimed towards you guys, because I know not a lot of people can buy figures like straight out of Japan like I do for a premium, but I am going to give you the best choices from top to bottom, so my least favorite to favorite places to buy figures, so that you guys can make an educated decision on where to buy your figures moving forward, or you can have multiple places to go and buy figures. So I have a list here with some bullet points just so that I can stay on track and I don't ramble for too much. So without further ado, let's start with number 10, locally. So you can buy figures locally. It might be a little bit harder, but some people might like that hunt. I know when I buy Pokemon cards, for example, me and my girlfriend, we have a lot of fun going to a local retailer like a Target or something and finding Pokemon cards there that we really want to open. So figures can kind of be the same thing, where you can go locally to, say, your local GameStop or a comic store or some type of anime memorabilia store, a hole in the wall really, and find some really cool stuff. I know here in Dallas, I've gone to I think it's a Korean shopping center, and they had an anime store there, just a little hole in the wall, and I found World Tournament Super Battle figures. They had plenty of Vegeta figures, plenty of Kaioken Goku figures, and even Kid Gohan. So maybe even looking locally might be a good choice for you if you're having a hard time finding figures. Of course, if you don't know where to go, you can always use apps like OfferUp. You can use the Facebook Marketplace, and you can use Mercari as choices to see what locally people are selling. Because I know sometimes people will buy figures, maybe they don't want them anymore, and then they'll sell them on there. I know I've sold a lot of my figures through Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp when I decided not to keep them anymore. So keep that in mind when looking locally. All right, number 9 is eBay. I know eBay is a thing that a lot of people think of when looking at figures. But sometimes people don't really think about eBay as a place to go and buy figures. But eBay has been a place that I have looked for figures, especially older figures. If I'm looking for something like the Master Stars piece Vegito that was released years ago, you're not really going to find it on a lot of these other websites that I'll talk about here. But you could easily find it on eBay. So the cool thing about eBay is that they ship internationally. So whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in the United States or Canada, you can buy these figures from eBay. And obviously the shipping might be a little different if you're international, but that is the option that you'll be able to find in looking for these figures. One of the negatives about eBay that I know a lot of people probably have a stigma on is that there are a lot of scalpers on eBay. So scalpers are people that will buy this stuff in bulk. I'm sure there's a lot of scalpers for like the Android Kuji right now that bought up all the pre-orders, and they're gonna flip them on eBay for twice or 3 times the price. So that is a little bit of a bummer. Luckily, the Kuji and the Dragon Ball and figure market isn't too bad for the most part. I don't see prices skyrocket that much for figures. It's usually the Japan exclusive ones, like the last one prizes, that are insane amounts of money on eBay from scalpers. But you can probably find decent prices for most figures, maybe a little bit more expensive if they're older and out of, you know, print or whatever. But I feel like eBay can still be a pretty easy choice for someone to go and buy figures, especially older ones. Number 8 is the Crunchyroll store. So Crunchyroll is a place that I think a lot of people know as one of the best places to watch anime. I know that's where I watch all of my anime. I watch new episodes of Attack on Titan on there. I've been watching Naruto with my girlfriend, hashtag not sponsored. But yeah, that has been a really great option for us to watch or for us to buy actual figures. So they have a store, and of course I'll link all of these options in the description of this video, but they have a store where they have figures for sale. The cool thing about Crunchyroll is that if you buy a figure from them, they will refund you if you want to return it within 30 days. So let's say you buy something and it's broken or damaged, or just, you know, you change your mind. You can return it within 30 days as long as you have all of the parts and everything and it hasn't been tampered with in any way. So that's a cool thing that it offers. One of the things about Crunchyroll that I don't like is that its selection is a little bit limited, so you're not going to find anything and everything on there. Usually if something's new, it'll go pretty fast with pre-orders. And then if it's older, you're probably not going to find it on Crunchyroll. They don't really keep older figures in stock there. However, they do have sales. I've seen them do bargain sales. So if they're trying to get rid of stock, you know, figures that people didn't really buy, they might do sales on them. So for example, you might see like a Blood of Saiyan's Goku on there. That has, you know, just not sold. So they're trying to get rid of their stock and they might do like a 20% discount on it. Plus, if you're one of their Ultimate fans, you'll get a 5% discount on figures. So that's another incentive on top of that. They also ship internationally. I believe they ship to Hawaii, Alaska, Puerto Rico, Guam, Canada, Europe, and Australia. So lots of chances for some of my international subscribers to look and see if they have figures elsewhere. All right, number 7 is Box Lunch. Box Lunch is a really cool site. It's very similar to Crunchyroll in my eyes. The only difference is that Box Lunch has a lot more sales than Crunchyroll does, and it's really, really cool. Now, they also ship internationally. They have a limited selection like Crunchyroll as well. I feel like it's a little inconsistent. Like you might find, you know, a lot of the Crane figures on there, and then once in a while you'll see Ichibancho figures on there. Like I said, it's really inconsistent. But Box Lunch is also where I got my my Dokkan Battle figures, like this Super Saiyan God Goku here. I got that from Box Lunch. It was on sale, so I saved like a lot of money on it. So that's a really cool option. They ship internationally. I think the only negative about them really is that they have a limited selection. The other cool thing about Box Lunch is they have physical locations. So you can order something and then order it for pickup if there's a Box Lunch in your local mall or something. So you can always go in and you can find some cool stuff like clothes and cups. And I remember they had like a waffle iron shaped like a Pokeball. So there's a lot of cool options there. So Box Lunch is my number 7 pick. All right, number 6 is Toy Wiz. Toy Wiz, I actually go back a long time with Toy Wiz because when I was a little kid, maybe I was like 10 years old or so, maybe younger, my mom used to be able to take me to work with her. And I would just be sitting in the corner browsing on a computer, and I would go on Toy Wiz and I would look at Dragon Ball action figures to buy, the ones that you'd actually play with. So I would usually spend a lot of my time going on that website and looking for figures for my mom to buy me. But they have a large selection. They usually get every single figure that I can think of that's getting an international release. You'll usually find it on there. They even have some older figures on there, so if you ever want to take a look, they might have them on there. But the only bad thing is that prices vary depending on demand. So I know sometimes they'll charge a little bit of a premium on this stuff. I think they're physically located in New York, so you can possibly go to their store in New York and buy figures there. But if you don't live in New York, they do ship internationally. So there is that option once again for you to go on their website, buy figures, and see what they have. Just don't be shocked if you see a little bit of a premium. Nothing crazy, but sometimes they do charge a little bit of a premium on figures. All right, number 5 is Facebook. So you might be thinking, Matt, you already mentioned Facebook Marketplace, but I don't mean Facebook Marketplace. I mean groups on Facebook, buy, sell, trade groups. I know personally, I use the Smash Collecting group, where they do really cool events. Like they'll do raffles where they'll have like a last one prize, and all you have to do is pay $20 for each spot. They might have 20 different spots open, and each spot is worth $20. So you can pay like $60 for 3 spots, and then they'll spin a wheel on a live stream, and then if your name is the last one that's standing, you'll win the figure. All it cost you was $60 instead of like $500 for a Shenron or something. So check out the Smash Collecting group. It is in the description. But yeah, groups can be a really cool way for you to buy figures out of Japan, meet connections out of Japan, and if you're willing to pay that premium, then that might be a good option for you. So for me personally, because I'm a content creator, I'm willing to pay a premium so that I can get this stuff early and review it for you guys. Whereas some people, maybe they don't want to pay, $90 for, a Ichiban Kuji figure, a mass release figure. They'd rather wait and just pay $40 to $50 when it comes out, 3-4 months later. So that's really solely up to you guys. But of course, that is an option at my number 5 pick. Number 4 is Gamestop. Gamestop has a mixed stigma regarding it. Some people love Gamestop, some people hate it. I know when it comes to used games, it's very mixed. But GameStop, they've been around. They have sales a lot, so they might do random sales on anime figures. I've been buying My Hero Academia figures from them. I still am waiting for 2. So they're pretty good when it comes to when a release is going to happen. So they'll have the release date there, and it won't really get delayed that often. Just keep an eye out, because when sales are lifted, those figures will go fast. Like I remember when Back to the Film finally got its overseas release, the cooler went very fast. So GameStop is a really cool place. It ships internationally because GameStop is, I believe, a worldwide company. They have a really good selection. Like I said, I saw Back to the Film figures there. I've seen these My Hero Academia Ichibansho figures. So there's a lot of variety there. And of course, there are physical locations that you can go to. I know that I've walked into a GameStop and I've been able to, spot some anime figures, some comic figures. So they sometimes carry a selection in store, and I've seen people in groups, buy Broly and Cooler in store. So check your local GameStops and then go on their website for some cool sales. All right, we are getting in the top 3. So number 3 is one that is extremely popular. It's probably the most popular, and it's BigBadToyStore.com, BBTS.com. They have probably the best selection, maybe the second best selection. They have a ton of variety, so you can find Dragon Ball, My Hero, Attack on Titan. You can find Marvel, DC, Nickelodeon, like anything that you could probably think of, they'll have some type of stock on it, and it's all on their website. They do, they'll take returns if you need to return a product for whatever reason. They have really good customer service. I've had their customer service respond to me very quickly, very politely, and anytime I've had an issue, they've worked with me cordially. The only bad thing I think about them is that they have pre-orders that get delayed very often. So I think when they put up a pre-order, the date is kind of just a rough estimate. So for example, I think the Kuji for the upcoming Kuji for Dragon Ball with King Piccolo and Tao Pai Pai. I think the date on the website is like either April or June, maybe July. But honestly, that's probably going to get pushed just because of COVID and distributors and stuff. So I think that's probably their worst part, because people will pre-order and then you're kind of just sitting there and waiting, and then you'll just see the pre-order get pushed and there's no notification. You just kind of have to keep your eye on it. So it's a little stressful. And then, all of a sudden your bank account gets hit when it's finally shipping. But, at least you're getting the figure at that point. But that's probably the worst part. Everything else is great about them. They ship worldwide, so keep an eye on Big Bad Toy Store as an option. All right, number 2 is Amazon. So Amazon is a website that I use for a lot of stuff, obviously. They ship super fast. They take returns. They ship worldwide. It's Amazon. They're a huge company. So they usually have a great selection of figures on their website that you can pre-order. And their dates are usually pretty accurate as well. The one thing about Amazon that I will say is that they don't have everything and everything. You kind of have to go digging for it, and sometimes there will be third-party sellers on there. So make sure that you're paying attention to who you're buying from on Amazon, because usually it's not directly from Amazon, it's from other sellers. But Bandai / Banpresto, they have their own Amazon store on Amazon, so you can just look at their page and buy figures from there. I usually put links to products that I review in my video descriptions, so make sure you look into my video descriptions whenever you see a review. I will likely have a link to Amazon of that figure for you to buy. And they usually don't run out of stock that quickly on Amazon, so make sure you check that out. Another place that I buy from, which is my number 1 pick that I put in the links of all of my descriptions, is Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth is definitely my number 1 pick. So it's essentially, it's Big Bad Toy Store, but I think it just doesn't have the same issues that it has. They don't really delay stuff. They're pretty good with their dates that they put on there. They have a wide selection. They have a lot of stock. They ship internationally. They always get Ichiban show figures, and I've never had an issue with them. I always link their products if I find them available on my videos. They're a great option. I think they're kind of like the best of both worlds, where they have the variety you're looking for, whether it's Dragon Ball or other anime or whatever. Great shipping options, a variety of figures. I think I'm repeating myself at this point, but they're just great. So they're easily my number 1 pick. But I think if you had to, you could probably swap around the top 3 in this video. Yeah, but that's about it, guys. What did you think about my top 10 selection in figures? Have you had great experiences with these places? Have you had bad experiences? Have you never heard of some of these options? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed this or found this helpful. Share it with a friend who wants to buy figures and they just don't know where to go. And of course, subscribe so you can see more content like this. But I think I'm done. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll keep myself from rambling any longer, and I'll look forward to hearing what you say in the comments. Later.